Yo, 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 and welcome back again to a Bootleg Brand show, and we are back at it again, man. Hey, you already know the drill. You already know the routine, man. Hey, you got the homie TJ, we got the homie J Rights, and we got the homie Ice Water Jap. Hey, we gonna get right into it, man. Hey,
Yeah.
it's trending in the media. Hey, we call it bootleg news. That's how we bring it in.
That's what we does.
So the bootleg news is Sonya Massey.
R.I.P.
Say her name.
Sonya Massey.
Say her name.
So J Rights or Jap, Ice Water Jap, sorry. Hey, break it down, to the people and let them know what's going on or what happened in that situation.
I'll let you take lead on this, my boy.
Alright.
Tell them what's going on.
Yeah, man. See, stuff like this, man. It's triggering for me, dog. I don't even really like dwelling into that type of stuff. But from what I got from it, Sonya Massey was calling the police because she felt like she had an intruder in her home. So she called the police. And when they arrived, I guess they did the search or whatever and didn't see nobody there. Somewhere down the line, it led to them telling her to take the boiling water off the stove or whatever. I guess it was making noise or something. Like I said, I didn't watch the video, so because I can't look at stuff like that. But so that led to them telling her to take the water off the stove. And I guess words was exchanged and it just escalated from there. And from what I was reading, they kind of led with animosity towards her. And somewhere down, like I said, she took the water, put it in the sink, and I guess he said something else to her. And she started saying stuff like, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And then from what I also was told, she did toss water towards the police officer. Now, like I said, I didn't watch it, so I don't know. But that's what was said, and then that's when, she was unfortunately, killed. So, like I said, did you happen to see the video? Or?
Yeah, I saw the video.
So you saw, okay, so that's what I was reading. Like I said, so based off of what you saw in the video, how accurate was that?
The only part that that was not accurate was the part where it looked like that she was going to throw boiling water at him.
Okay.
And what she was trying to, because they was being overly hostile.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And what she was trying to do was, I guess, it was put the hot water in the sink. And as she was doing it, she was just kind of like frantic because they got guns pointed at her.
Right. Which still don't even make sense.
It don't make sense.
Because what was the point if she was the one that called y'all?
Right. Y'all came there to do a job. You did the job. You let her know, hey, ain't nothing going on, but you ended up shooting her in the head. Like,
yeah,
and you wonder why they call you pig. Okay. So, and stuff like this gets to me too, because it's just kind of like, don't get me wrong, I don't back up nobody that does wrong or is in the wrong, especially as far as hurting somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But how is it that somebody that can go into a church or school and shoot everybody up, walk out with no scratches on them, no bullet holes in them,
yeah,
but a person that's calling for your help, they get shot in the head because you think they're going to pour some boiling water compared to bullets? Really?
Compared to bullets.
And you wonder why they call you pig.
I said it a million times and then some. I don't care what that person did. If they're unarmed, they do not deserve to die. And that's just the end of it. There is no reason why you should feel that threatened as a trained police officer You should feel that threatened to have to blow somebody's head off that has no real weapon that could put your life in jeopardy. What is the point of all that training of de-escalating the situation if you just gonna resort to the final? That's literally the final decision. Like, it ain't no coming back from that. There is no way you can't tell me as a police officer they give you tip after tip after tip on how to avoid having to pull your gun out and shoot somebody. There's no way you'll ever make me believe that you have to immediately go to that, especially in somebody's home over some boiling water. That's why, like I said, I didn't watch the video, because even if she did say something out the way, that resorts to death. Like there's nothing you can say. I don't care if she did throw the water. You got a gun. I mean, they don't train police officers to take people down. I mean, we don't want them to do that, but at least she might have been able to live to tell the story. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it ain't no excuse for it.
They do it all the time on cops.
All the time. I ain't never seen nobody get shot on cops. And then some of them people, I ain't saying nobody deserve to get shot, but some of them people, you'd be like, well, hey, they were kind of crazy.
Might should have. But yeah, it's ironic, man, that we're bringing up this situation that just happened, man, because we've been doing podcasts and shows for a while, and we actually had an officer come on the show. He actually explained some scenarios from a police officer side. We explain scenarios from a civilian side. So actually, for the ones that's gonna be catching this on YouTube, we actually gonna include this video somewhere up on the descriptions or something like that, so you can actually catch that episode out, because that episode was like 2-3 hours long, but it got real good valuable information. And I said, when we dropped the episode, I said that episodes will continue to be a recurrent issue, and it's always always gonna be able to go back and look at that episode, because it's gonna continue to happen. So somewhere we're gonna drop it in there. I don't know how we're gonna do it in the descriptions. We might cut a reel and then have it cut where it's a related video, but it's going to be included where y'all can check that video out. But also, just going back to talking about that situation, I just feel like a whole lot of police officers are scared, and that's why they make the decision that they make, which it doesn't give them an excuse to. But you just got a whole lot of scared police officers, man.
Oh yeah,
and it also boils down to where a whole lot of us, we just feel like taking on the role of being a police officer is so-called how the homies gonna look at us, or how our friends that went to school gonna view us. But in actual reality, we actually need more police officers that look like me and you in the community.
I agree.
To understand our people, to understand these neighborhoods, and just know, So that's.
And
it is what it is, man. It's just the truth.
I'm glad you said that about knowing about us, because just because they look like us don't mean they act like us. So that's valuable too. Because there's a lot of skin folk that ain't kin folk.
Yeah, sure.
They get in there with that type of mindset and ain't even thinking about the homies or none of that. They just trying to defend that badge. And that's how stuff like Sonya Massey happens. Because instead of you thinking like a human being, you thinking like enforcer. Like you think you above the law, and now somebody dead and gone. Now somebody mother is no longer here, somebody's daughter is no longer here, because you feel like you was above the law. And I bringing back that episode, I remember he had brought up the point of being trained but still having to make decisions, and he used quarterback playing as a reference to like they could be trained as they want to be, but they still might throw an interception.
Yeah.
And my response to that, I don't think I said it then, but my response to that now is, okay, yeah, they gonna make mistakes, but ain't that quarterback gonna also get criticized? And people gonna be looking at him like, well, what the world was you thinking?
Yeah.
That's the same thing we doing to the police officers. And we ain't saying you're gonna be perfect, but we also gonna criticize you and question why you made that decision. And the difference is that quarterback can come back and do something better the next time after he threw that pick. You can't bring her back. Nope. You can't bring none of them people back that you killed.
And that's somebody's mama, dog.
Yeah, I'm
that's
saying.
Somebody's daughter, Aunt.
That's a human being. She ain't gonna get no second chance.
Yeah, but it's just like it's situations like that. It's just, you know, we're gonna have to teach our kids, and I think y'all, the people that's listening and tuning in, I think y'all should take this advice too. It's pretty much how to react if you're getting pulled over by a police officer.
Oh yeah.
If police officer in your presence, just how to react. It's just one of those type of things. Like, you just gonna have to don't do nothing.
Right.
Chill.
Be just as still as this chair I'm sitting in.
And it's
chill.
It's sad.
Still. That's just the way it is. Like,
because you know the funny thing is we had so many rights, but unfortunately, in those situations, they seem to go out the window. Like, like you can't say nothing, you can't argue nothing because they just so ready to tell you ain't about nothing. You know, and I mean, we human. Anybody knows when somebody is escalating the situation, you're gonna respond like anybody would. But it's just unfortunately the police officers feel like they got every right to handle it how they want to, and they always seem to get away with it.
Yeah, and just like, you know, I have weapons in this arm, but it's like, if I'm riding, I really don't like to be riding with a weapon in my car because, you know,
it's gonna be a lot more dangerous.
It's a lot more dangerous for me than it is for the law enforcement officer because they already gonna have that in the back of their head, like he might use it, so they already gonna be on guard. So I'm just the type of person, I just rather not just give them a reason at all.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be calm, just gonna be chill, not gonna say nothing. Whatever you ask, I'm gonna answer your question. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, officer. No, officer. Hey, you know, it's just
you gotta be that way.
You just gotta be that way.
In
man.
that situation, and I hate to say it like this, the darker the berry, the more dangerous the outcome. Cause I hate to use skin tone. I'm sorry. But that's just what it is. Okay, like for example, it's preconceived. If a white officer pulls over somebody with dreads, they automatically on alert.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Somebody that's darker than me and you, or got the same skin tone as me and you, or even you two.
Right.
you don't.
I done
you know what I'm
experienced
saying?
it.
They already on high alert.
It's crazy.
So it is very dangerous for you to have a gun in the car. Very dangerous. And then you got to play it all cool. Yes, sir. I was like, look, hey, I told the officer one time, man, I'm just trying to go home.
Exactly.
Don't shoot me.
I mean, you got to bring it, and you got to let them know, like, yes, there's a weapon in the car. And, you know, like, if they ask you to reach for something, like, well, you got to talk them through. Like, break down the whole process. I'm reaching for my registration.
Like, hey, man, you see my hand.
I have a license to carry. Like, you got to, and, like, nobody should have to be in it. I remember looking at the George Floyd. I actually did look at that one. And even with that situation, they was banging on the window with the gun in their hand. They was banging on the window with the gun. I'm like, how you expect somebody to respond to that?
No.
Like, come on, man. You ain't trying to fix the situation. It's almost like they playing a game. Like, all right, who gonna get one this day? And you know, and I was gonna mention this too. It can't be a coincidence that this type of stuff keep happening every time we got an election year. Like, when you really think about it, 2012, I think it was Mike Brown and some more people. Then 2016, the dude couldn't breathe. The first time the dude couldn't breathe over a cigarette. Yeah, Eric Garner over a cigarette. Somebody else, they got shot at a convenience store or something. 2020, George Floyd. I think Breonna Taylor was 2022, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. And now this. And I was just saying in my head, and I guess it was like a premonition or something. I was like, man, yeah, we ain't had to have none of that on my timeline in a minute. We doing all right.
Spoke too soon. Huh?
Boom. Now, that might have been 2 weeks ago I said that.
And on the contrary,
can't be a coincidence.
I just want to say this, like, it all, for me personally, it all goes back to how we were brought up in school too. You know, with the whole black and white thing. Like, hey, y'all stop bullying little Tanner and Connor and Billy because when they grow up, they have already learned to be frightened of us.
I hate to say it.
And that's good you mentioned that, because most of the time you're Tanner, you're Billy, your Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Them the ones gonna be your police
Yep.
officers in your community.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I ain't even trying to sound, funny or be funny,
speaking
but that's the truth.
Yeah.
Speaking truth.
Little white boy walking through the school, he got a book bag full of books and look like it's holding him down, and you trip him up or you chase him down the hallway. Now he grew up, he ready to chase you.
Mm-hmm. And got a license to kill.
And got blue lights too.
Yep.
I tell you what though, let me go ahead and tell you something right now. Shoot my mama. You better be in protective custody. I ain't playing. I'm dying about mine. Believe that.
I pray for everybody, man, because I can only imagine Sonya Massey experienced the Breonna Taylors and all that, and probably said to herself, well, that could never be me. You know? And so I'm like TJ and Jack was saying, y'all just in them situations, yes sir, no sir. I mean, it's getting to the point where you don't even want to call them because you just don't know how it's gonna be. So in any situation, just use those tips. Yes sir, no sir. Explain to them what's going on, and just keep your hands where they can be seen at all times.
Matter of fact, go on to Family Dollar, get you some play handcuffs, and go ahead and sit outside. Even if you ain't done nothing, go ahead and sit outside with the play handcuffs. Y'all good. Go on in there and check, see what's going on.
I mean, for real.
At this point,
remove yourself from the situation.
Cause you can't boil water while they there.
You sure can't. And that's what made me want to go watch the video, because I'm just like, none of this makes sense to me at all.
Boiling water.
And one of my great friends, y'all know her, T with Tia, she mentioned something about, well, why couldn't he have just told his partner to put the water away if it was that big of a deal? It's 2 police officers there. Why she got to move at all?
Man, they could have tackled a girl.
They could have did
anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything, man. I mean, just what.
They could have did anything.
Anyway, I'm a lighten up the situation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lighten it up. It's still kind of jacked up. We talking about the situation, but I'm gonna lighten it up. I'm gonna bring Boosie into this.
Okay.
All right. So did you see the tweet?
Come on, dog.
Did you see the tweet that Boosie put up about what happened with the Sonya Massey? It's crazy. Cause listen to this post. Cause when I seen this post, right, and it's crazy. My wife sent it to me, but we was just like, we could actually hear little Boosie saying this post, like in his Boosie voice. That's what makes it. The situation ain't funny, but him,
the way he
talks, and
Come
just
on,
his post,
dog.
it's just like when you read it, you can hear Boosie just saying it in his Boosie voice. But anyway, Boosie, he put on Twitter, he got cussing it, but I ain't gonna cuss. It said, "This MF police killed that girl, pound Sonya Massey, for nothing. He came there to kill her. Her hands were in the air. This was an execution, man." I'm just saying.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let me finish. Then he said, "This effing B is crazy. Crazy for what? Telling you she rebuked in the name of Jesus and putting her hands up. SMH, another black woman killed by police. That's effed up." That's what Boosie put.
That's why.
Yeah, I can see him saying that on Vlad TV.
Yeah,
It's an execution,
come on, man. It's an execution,
It's an
man.
execution,
That's
man.
an
He came there to
execution,
kill
man.
her, man.
Nah, that's facts though. But
And
man,
that was a good impression, by the way, TJ.
Talking about rebuke. They need to rebuke them officers.
I'm sorry. We sorry, y'all. We just trying to make light of the
Just
situation.
lighten up the situation
We
up.
Okay,
need
God,
it,
no,
man.
boy.
That's a horrible. I'm telling you, I won't prepare for this again.
Oh, hey. Also, with that being said, me personally, I'm not a fan of what you call it, protesting. Don't get your hand part out here in the street. That ain't how we get it done.
It ain't working.
That is no. It don't work no more.
I'm sorry.
We've been trying it since Martin Luther King. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stop. Go home.
Not the wind out of me. Yes, it did.
Or just like let's all meet up as a collective, see what we gonna plan, what we gonna do. Don't nobody give out the location or
Right.
something.
That's what I'm talking
You
about.
feel me? Like
We got to do like the Panthers, man. We got to go in somewhere and talk about it.
I'm trying to tell you,
'Cause
man.
all that public stuff, it ain't nothing but giving the news something to talk about.
Something to talk about, and another reason to shoot you.
Another reason to shoot you. Make us look like the and I ain't justifying nothing. I don't know if she was dealing with a mental break or none of that. They'll try to label that for what it is because they try to make it her fault. But at the end of the day, please, police officers, if you are dealing with somebody with mental illness, y'all need to know how to handle that situation. Like, it don't make no sense that every situation got to resort to this because y'all don't know how to handle somebody that might be out of their mind. And I'm not saying that's what, I don't feel like that's what was going on. She was telling the truth. You a demon. And he ain't like it. So he responded like a demon would. But there's been plenty of situations where the person was not mentally stable and they ended up dead. Y'all are not training these police officers to deal with these situations. It ain't no need for you to ask social workers and psychologists and all this to be able to deal with it, and police officers can't. It defeat the purpose. You ain't gonna have nobody be able to go to a social worker or a psychologist because you're killing them all. So get it together. That's all you got to do. If you don't care, why should we? Simple as it.
Yeah, then it's like situations like this, right? It'll be situations like this that are actually, I hated this situation happened, but it'll distract people from other things like actually getting out here and being registered to vote.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said it don't sound like no coincidence.
It's distractions, man. Because they get people in the uproar. They ain't even worried about what's coming up or what's coming up. So just people don't get distracted about what's going on.
Please
don't get in the uproar. What's going on?
Don't do it. And I'm gonna
keep your mind focused. Just stay focused.
Tell you another thing. Situations like this is why we need to be worried about who our judges are and who our senates and all them people that's handling the local situations. We need to make sure those are the people that's in the right position because they'll be the ones that hire and fire these types of demons that's putting on badges. So it can't just be about who gonna be president. It need to be who the judge, who the sheriff, all that stuff. That's what's really gonna make a difference. Until you start focusing on that, ain't nothing gonna change.
Exactly. So if you out here talking about, but I don't vote, you're part of the problem.
Big time.
Sorry. At the end of the day, stop looking at it as just yourself. Your vote matters to the collective.
Exactly.
Point blank, period. I mean, if you don't like one thing, I think I said it on a show before. One thing my pops always told me, he said, "Man, you ain't voting just for yourself. What about your great aunt, your great grandma, the benefits that they get, and a plethora of other stuff that comes along with it? But at the end of the day, vote, please. You can't not vote and then be like, this got to change, and then also saying RIP when somebody got done wrong, but you didn't cast your vote. Everybody's guilty of it. Everybody's guilty.
Blood is on your hands.
Yeah, because these local people that you need, but Jay Wright was saying, be careful who you vote for. These local people, them be the same people that be making changes and you don't even know it. They be right up under your nose. But anyway, man, we gave y'all a lot of free game. We talked about, a trending topic. Hey, this is a Bootleg Brand show, and continue to grow with us. And hey, one thing, the SurdyShoeCollection.com is up, and you can purchase the shoes now. It's available. Hey, so women's sizes, men's sizes, and also for the merch, a BootlegBrand.com. So check their websites out, man. We got it. And it's crazy that I mentioned that because you got some big time podcasts that don't even got their own shoe. So tap in with us, man. Tap in with us, man.
Talk to them. They don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Pull up to them poles and some Surdy collection. You feel me?
This here.
Pull up to them poles and some Surdies.
You feel me? Like,
how about that?
Hey, we got them voting shirts too.
You feel me?
So we're gonna add them to the website.
We cover it all.
But yeah, tap in with us, man.
Do that.
Stay cold.
Stay cold. Stay Surdy and vote.
Right.
And we out, man.
And again, RIP Sonya Massey. We love you.
And you wonder why they call you P.
We out, man.
Yeah.